hold on. Can someone please check up on Chandler? Brother, like, seriously, I'm not saying this for the podcast. Check up on his well-being.
Who's left? Jon Jones and Stipe.
That's the fight everyone wants.
That's what everyone's
No one wants to see a 41-year-old fuck face Jon Jones, bro.
Yeah.
Has that torch been passed? Is the next generation here? Is Adesanya days over as champion? All right, guys, welcome back to another Touchline Podcast, Combat Talk Edition. Anthony, this is the first time we've actually separated the podcast from the old system we had when we had like all the sports together and whatnot. So, guys, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. UFC 305. You know what? First of all, for all our UFC and combat talk fans, let's talk about Volkanovski. I know we talked about it on the last podcast, but bro, how humble is Alex Volkanovski? We actually met him outside of the Matty John show and NRL talk show. Talk about humbleness. Talk about how humble again Volkanovski is. You know, with all his followers, with all his accolades, you know, to his name. Like, you'd think he'd have a bit of an ego, but he doesn't, man. Yeah. Genuine bloke standing outside talking about the upcoming event that was UFC 305
with Israel. Man.
Just give us your insight about meeting Volkanovski.
Bro, like when we were standing outside the door at Fox Sports, like waiting for Volkanovski to come out, I said, you know what, boys, we need to get a photo with him and talk to him and that. To be honest, bro, he's such a humble bloke. Yeah. He's a family bloke as well. He's got kids, you know. But you don't see UFC fighters, right? Like as a family figure, like they'll come to you as a human being, like one of us. You know what I mean? Not just Volkanovski, but like how I said before with Robert Whittaker as well. But I'm just saying Volkanovski is a family bloke. He loves to talk to people in the public, you know, about what's going to happen in the fights, you know, who's going to win.
Like, honestly, we could have.
Who would have thought us, the Touchline boys, especially me and you, because like we're big fans of Volkanovski. Yeah. I've been watching Volkanovski since 2019. Yeah, before COVID hit.
Since he first bursted in.
So when he first came into the fight, I remember when he defeated Jose Aldo in his front of his own home crowd.
Max Holloway, Korean
Brazil,
Zombie.
I remember.
Bro, like he's got big names to his record, but bro, just the interaction, man. Yeah. Just like we could have recorded a Combat Talk episode, man. I was talking to this bloke as if like he hasn't won all these championship belts and beaten all these elite fighters, bro. It's just very, very down to earth bloke. And shout out to Volkanovski, man.
Bro, big shout out to him, man.
That interaction made my week. Made our week.
But not just our week, but that whole week that just happened, like with the vlogs, with everything, and plus meeting him in person as well.
Bro, just top bloke, man.
That was like the biggest bucket list I've ever.
Brother, he was right in front of us. He was break dancing in front of us.
I know.
Like, but it was absolutely like mental that happened. Like, bro, I was scared to like once he finished his little break dance. Like, it went all over. It went viral on social media. Actually,
it actually did.
We were in those viral videos. Right. But like, I was thinking like I wanted to jump on him, like shake him a bit, but I just didn't want to like touch him.
But you know what?
It was like it was right there, bro.
Exactly. But what about when we were at the Matty John show? The bloke that was looking after us, like what's happening on the insights and all that.
But that was crazy. But like just that whole experience, we didn't know Volkanovski was there too.
Yeah, I didn't even know too. But then when Hayes said that on the Snapchat, on the group chat, he said Volkanovski could be on the show, but we're like, I wouldn't believe it.
And then we saw that little graphic, Volkanovski coming up.
Yeah, and then I looked at Emilio.
No, hold on, we were like, surely that's like an online interview. Like, he's not coming on. Yeah. Next thing you know, please welcome Alexander Volkanovski. I'm like, what the fuck? I looked to my left, bro. What the fuck, Alexander Volkanovski?
And then I looked at Emilio and I was like, bro, this is actually happening. I'm like, what the heck?
Bro, you seen our reaction in the vlogs, man.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, bro. I was shaking after when we were talking about it. Then after that, as soon as you see him on the door, he comes out. He's like taking photos with us. We spoke to him. But you know what? Big shout out to Alexander Volkanovski.
Shout out.
One of the best Aussie fighters. I think he's going to be the GOAT of UFC, bro.
Bro, he is featherweight division. He is pound for pound.
100%,
in my eyes, you know, I told Volkanovski, I'm like, bro, you're still the champion in my eyes, all right? You didn't lose that belt against Topuria. Topuria got lucky, bro. With that,
he got very lucky, man.
Bro, a lucky punch, man. It happens once in a while to these fighters, but bro, he's still the champion in my eyes. And even at that, he's double champion in my eyes. And I told him that.
He's a double champion.
I was like, bro, you got robbed out of that Mcgregor fight, that first fight. You won that fight.
100%. Everyone knew.
And his response was like, yeah, what can you do? That's UFC. Blah, blah. It was being very humble.
But don't forget what he said after that before he left. He said, I will get my title shot. I will get my title back. And it's coming back home.
And it is coming back home.
And I know everyone's sticking with his words.
Yeah.
So, what'd you say? Yeah, so like, I reckon he will get the title shot back. He's bringing it back home to Australia. And I hope he'll be the best champion again. but 10 times better.
And he was actually going to the UFC 305 card. He had his
he was there.
So let's not talk too much.
Yeah.
Let's go straight into the UFC 305 event that was. Great event, Anthony. What do you think of the event as a whole?
There was a couple of fights that phased me like throughout the whole night, the actual event, especially with Dan Hooker's fight. That was got to be the best
fight of the night.
Yeah, it was fight of the night, bro. That was all out brawl, man. Like Dan Hooker, bro. He was just outstanding, bro. His strikes were good. He was on the takedowns as well. Bro, he was actually good, and the other bloke as well. Like I didn't know nothing about him, but he was actually really good too. But it was all out brawl, man. All out fest, I could say, if that makes sense.
It did actually get awarded fight of the night. So like,
it actually did.
Clearly, Dana White saw something in that fight. So was all the fans. Now you want to move on to the next fight?
Yeah, we can do the next fight.
So you want to
take
over
because we haven't done this in a while.
Take over, brother.
So we're going to talk about Carlos Prates defeats Li Jing Long. I can't even say his name. No, I'll say Li Jing Lang or whatever his name. I can't say it.
Yeah, what did you think of that fight, Anthony?
To be honest, I did miss out a bit of it, but I saw it on the second round. But he was outstanding with his strikes in that, Carlos. But he did knock him out in round two at 4 minutes and 2 seconds. I thought Li Jing Lang, I can't even say his name. It's so hard to pronounce his name.
Anyways.
No, but look, he's actually a good fighter, the Chinese fighter. Yeah. But I was expecting more from him, but he wasn't ready in the octagon. But Carlos just controlled the whole thing, you know. His strikes was so good, man. He balanced everything out. He was prepared. He stuck with the game plan, and he got the result that he wanted. But I think that was a very good fight for him, man. It was a pretty decent fight.
But you want to talk about what was upsetting? Tai Tuivasa, man. That
was very disappointing.
That's his 5th loss in a row. You can call him Tony Ferguson Tuivasa, brother. Yeah. Because, bro, talk about a fall from grace, man. Like, all right, so the fight that was, he lost in the decision. I think one judge actually gave it to Tai Tuivasa, which is absolutely absurd. Yeah. And Dana White wasn't happy because the following fight, the Erceg fight, he's supposed to judge that fight, and that just didn't come to be. I think it was the Dan Hooker fight or the Erceg fight. I'm not too sure. But Dana White wasn't happy about that judge that gave it all rounds to Tai Tuivasa. Just upsetting from Tai Tuivasa. Talk about a fall from grace. This bloke was almost champion, really, man. I think it was Gun. He lost to Gun, was it? Yeah. And then what a fall from grace, man. Yeah. Now, you can raise the argument, should Dana White get rid of him? Is he done? Is Tai Tuivasa done?
Look, to be honest, bro, I don't think Dana White should release him because, bro, to be honest, he's still young. He's only age of 32. He'll still get a lot of fights in him in the coming future as well, even this year as well, maybe before the end of the year closes. He still needs to prove himself with his striking, with his kicks as well. Because I haven't seen that lately. He was very sloppy against Jarinzo yesterday, man.
Very stale.
It was very stale, bro. He needs to fix a bit all those the mistakes that happened yesterday. So I reckon, to be honest, if Dana White wants to give him another fight for Tai Tuivasa, he needs someone else that I'm not saying an easy level, but someone like in the mid-range level, like in the heavyweight division, if that makes sense.
No.
But look, he's putting his heart and soul. He's working his ass off. I understand, he's getting his paycheck and all that stuff. But if he wants to achieve to become a champion, he needs to be he needs to put his heart and soul to become the best. I know it's not easy, but it's going to take him a very long time. He's still young, like I said, age of 32, but he needs to have those hard fights. He needs to verse maybe Stipe Miocic later on. He needs to verse but
Stipe, bro. Yeah,
Stipe is on the same level.
Stipe's still at the top. He's somewhat still at the top. Because he's we'll talk about it later, but Jon Jones wants him. Yeah, but about Tai Tuivasa, man, I feel I think he's scared that he might get released. I feel like Dana White needs to have that.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I'm always back in the Aussie, but I feel like Tai Tuivasa should start thinking about that. This might be a reality about him, possibly getting fired from UFC. Because, bro, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
You can make the argument that he can have a resurgence. He can come back up the ladder. He's sitting at 10th right now in the heavyweight rankings. Yeah. So he's still in the top 10. But bro, I feel like one more loss for Tai Tuivasa and he's done.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Look, if he does fight again, I think he needs another fight this year before wrapping up 2024.
Yeah.
Maybe that will prove himself for next year, so he can get more fights before. Like, if he does want to get an interim title shot, maybe next year or the year after, who knows? But he needs to prove himself better. He needs to go back to the gym, fix up all his kickboxing skills, maybe his boxing skills, his jiu-jitsu as well. There's a lot of things. It's not easy to, and plus, like, he took when was his last fight? Tai Tuivasa that he versed.
It was recently.
I think it was recently. Didn't he win or lose?
No, he faced when was this? 16th of March, 2024.
So
he lost.
Oh yeah, he did lose. So back-to-back losses. Yeah, so his back-to-back losses, he needs to fix it up.
Yeah.
So I reckon
Bro,
now
5 losses, man. But he needs to get back the animal that was Tai Tuivasa, man. The knockout power. He still possesses that power, bro. It's just a matter of how he's using it. He keeps his hands too low. I don't feel like he doesn't have that hunger no more.
Yeah, I know, because I remember his fight. Remember Andre Arlovski?
Yeah.
Remember his fight against him, his debut? Bro, when I saw Tai fighting against Andre Arlovski, bro, I said this Aussie bloke is gonna change the whole game for the Aussie division, like for the whole UFC. But now these last fights, nothing has changed. So
we're gonna have to wait and see.
We have to wait and see.
Another upsetting fight, bro.
Yeah.
Like the Aussies didn't really win in this card. I don't think
not much.
I don't think any Aussie won. Like to
it
my
was
knowledge,
majority all New Zealanders, to be honest.
but no one won, bro. Like
I
even
know.
the prelims. But anyways, Cara France defeats Steve Erceg in round number 1.
Yeah.
Steve Erceg, this is the same guy that faced Pantoja for the flyweight championship,
Yeah.
bro. Like talk about like, bro, round 1 knockout, man. Just he put his guard down. He got knocked out in the process.
Yeah.
You could say unlucky punch, whatever, but like, man, like from the top of the top to the lowest of lows, bro. Like, how do you go from a title fight, going to a decision in that fight, and arguably a robbery, towards Pantoja, and then the very next fight you get knocked out.
Yeah.
I think it's a hunger thing, man. I think because he almost reached the pinnacle and then it got stripped away from him, and like he lost that motivation, and like, I'm gonna get back to the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing for Tai Tuivasa. That's why he's losing all like this many times in a row. But with Erceg, man, a lot of people are saying, is he a fraud? Is Steve Erceg is he a fraud, Bashara?
Look, I don't think so. To be honest, bro, like I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like Steve Erceg, I think Dana White gave him the opportunity too quick. Because, bro, he's only been new for the last couple of years, Steve Erceg in the UFC.
Yeah.
I think Dana White gave him that easy shortcut to get that title shot, to think that he'll probably win it.
But he deserved it. He deserved that
did
title
deserve
shot.
it, but to me, I would say if I was Dana White, he needs to, like, let him get a couple of fights to prove himself before he gets his title shot, because that easy shortcut didn't work out for him at all.
I don't know, but what do you mean? But he didn't get obliterated in that title fight. He went the distance, bro.
No, I know.
And people were saying he got
close,
robbed, but I just don't understand how, like, in your home country where you get knocked out like that,
Against Kai France. Kai France is a tough
he's a great fighter,
man.
bro. Great fighter.
And now Kai France is getting his own. He's getting a title opportunity against what's his name? What did you say? Pantoja. Sorry.
Yeah.
So he kind of actually embarrassed Steve Erceg in front of the Aussie fans in Perth. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's not an embarrassment. It's just it's disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing
very,
for the Aussie fighters,
Yeah.
But look, it is what it is. But look, if I was Steve Erceg, like, he needs to go back, prove himself a bit more.
Yeah.
But I know he'll be a tough fighter, and I know he'll get better, and he'll be in the best shape of his life in the octagon.
Surely
again.
he makes a bounce back. He's got to bounce back.
He's always good
bro.
with his punching. That's why his strikes is so dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why I thought yesterday he'll beat Kai France. Like, I actually tipped him to win.
Yeah.
So
was a lot of people, bro.
look, it's just unexpected.
But you know who didn't tip? I mean, so a few people tipped this guy. Dricus du Plessis.
Oh, Dracus, yeah.
Wins against Adesanya, round 4 submission, bro.
Yeah.
Upsetting if you're an Adesanya fan.
Yeah.
What do you think of that fight, Anthony?
Look, Israel Adesanya, bro, he fought very, very good, man. His strikes was good.
Almost had him.
He almost had him from round, like he had him round 1 to round 3, but then unexpectedly, like round 4.
No, I mean, du Plessis did get him almost in the rear naked choke. I think it was the second round.
I think,
he almost got him,
it was.
and then he ended up actually getting him in round 4. What's next for Adesanya, man? Has the torch been passed? He's 35 years of age. Dricus du Plessis is 30 years of age.
Yeah.
Could you say he's on the older side, Adesanya?
Yeah.
But has that torch been passed? Is the next generation here? Is Adesanya days over as champion? That's what I'm trying to say.
Look, he's not yet. I would say not yet, but he's a top level fighter, bro. You got to understand, Israel's a top level fighter. Look, I know he's gonna like become better. I know he's gonna get better. After this lesson against Dracus, because bro, he needs to like fix everything up that happened to him. You know, look, I think he was close to win the fight to get his title back. I think he should have won that fight. I think everyone knew Israel was going to win that fight, but it was just things happened, bro. Dracus, he's a champion and he retained it. I understand that. But
Great fighter.
He's a great fighter too. But you know what's going to happen now for Dracus? I think Sean Strickland will get his title back.
Yeah.
Because I heard a lot of people saying that if Sean Strickland does get his title shot back against Dracus, I think Robert Whittaker will wait for that opportunity.
Bro, you even got Whittaker in the equation again.
Because Whittaker, he even said after his fight in Abu Dhabi, he said, I will get my title shot. I am going to wait.
About this fight, man.
Israel,
this fight, even du Plessis said it. He's like, I wasn't going to beat Adesanya on the feet.
Yeah.
I was going to beat him on the ground. 4 takedowns in that fight, yeah?
Yeah, I saw that.
He very well stuck to his game plan, and it worked out for him, brother.
That's right.
But, Matt, I reckon this fight should have never happened in my eyes. And this should have been Strickland du Plessis too. Every fan wanted it because, again, people were saying that fight was a robbery. Everyone loves to say the robbery word.
That's right.
In many ways, it was very 50-50 Strickland.
Yeah, it was
du Plessis.
a 50-50 fight.
Du Plessis and Strickland, that was razor close.
Man. Oh, it was good. Even round 1, round 2, like it was actually very.
That's I reckon that should have main evented this card or another card down the line.
But Dana, you know, Dracus, bro, he actually copped. I can't even say it. Dracus actually punched a lot from Israel, bro. And you know, Israel was wobbling a bit. I actually noticed it when he was on the canvas, like near the octagon.
He rocked him. I think it was his left
actually
hook.
rocked him. That's what I was trying to say. He rocked him.
Yeah.
But then Israel just kept going. Like he just kept going, and he stayed in the same position.
Yeah. And what am I saying, bro? Even though his game plan was to take him down and it was to use his wrestling, even on the feet, he did amazing, man.
That's right.
To your point, he rocked him a few times.
He did rock him, and then after that, Israel just kept going. Like he just stayed in that same position, and he just I don't know, bro.
But I hope Adesanya, man. Look, to answer my own question about the torch being passed, is it done for Adesanya? I feel like there's a lot left in him. Maybe a good 5 years before he thinks of retiring because no one really fights beyond the age of 40. There's still a lot of fights to make for Adesanya. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Whittaker go again.
Yeah, do you think that will happen?
I wouldn't mind, bro. I would see it again.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if it happens because if you're saying like Israel and Robert Whittaker, if Dana White wants to do it again, like I hate always bringing up Dana White, but I reckon do a guarantee like interim, you know, like. But I understand, bro. I don't know. Well, who knows Israel? Who's he going to fight next? We don't know. Because after his title shot against Dracus, I think someone needs to verse Israel in the middleweight division.
Right now, he's ranked 2nd in the middleweight division. He could face Whittaker again because Whittaker's ranked 3rd.
3rd, yeah. Who's 4th in the middleweight division?
Imavov. I don't know how to pronounce his name, brother. Imavov.
Oh, Imavov Nasiruddin. Yeah.
So he could
maybe
face
he could verse him.
Vittori.
Maybe that can help him out a bit more.
But he's pretty much faced a lot of these fighters on this list. You even got Chimaev.
Kazmat Chimaev as well.
If he's fit, set up that.
Nah, Robert Whittaker's versing him actually.
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe Dana White might put Adesanya and Chimaev together. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
Because no one really expected Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis to fight. Everyone, I was expecting Adesanya and du Plessis and Strickland to face.
That's right, because bro, Israel lost against Sean Strickland last year in Sydney, and now he lost against Dracus again. So
so that was UFC 305. Great event it was.
One more thing as well, Conor McGregor.
We'll talk about that. We'll get to it. Let's get to Dana White. Dana White's glazing over Jon Jones. Many interviews, many post-fight press conferences. The amount of glazing this guy has portrayed, talking about Jon Jones. Oh, he's the number 1 pound for pound fighter, even though he's not an active fighter. I think he's the GOAT. We all think he's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
But right now, pound for pound number 1 fighter.
I don't know.
Dana White, I think you're wrong there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what was very absurd is the the fact how Dana White wants to set up Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. We all know Jon Jones wants that Stipe Miocic fight, even though he's 41. Even though he's too old, bro. He's 41 years of age, hasn't fought since 2021, all right?
Yeah,
mind you. And Dana White likes to say he puts on the best fights. I don't think that's the best fight. But the fight to make for Jon Jones to end his career, Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones for the heavyweight world championship. Bro, surely, bro. And Dana White's like, this is what he said about Tom Aspinall. Word for word, he doesn't deserve it. Oh, sorry, he doesn't deserve anything. Word for word, he doesn't deserve anything. That's Dana White's words about Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, that's right.
He doesn't deserve anything. Bro, he beat all your top stars in under a minute.
Exactly.
Bro, he mauled it. He went through the roster.
He's mauled everyone out, bro.
And he's interim champion. How doesn't he deserve...
And he defended it too.
How doesn't he deserve a title shot against Jon Jones? I don't know what Jon Jones White has against Dana White. I don't know what he has against him. He's probably blackmailing. God knows what he's doing. Because the man of glazing again, bro.
I know.
Dana White has done for Jon Jones is absolutely absurd, bro.
It's actually.
What do you think about it, Anthony?
Look, it's actually wrong. Like I'm saying things like that to bloody Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall actually worked his ass off to become a bloody heavyweight interim champion. You know, he's mauled everyone out in the heavyweight division. Majority of them. Bro. You know, who's left? Jon Jones and Stipe.
That's the fight everyone wants.
That's what everyone's
No one wants to see a 41-year-old fuck face Jon Jones, bro. I'm passionate about this, bro.
Yeah, I'm passionate too.
I don't want to see him, bro. He hasn't fought since 2021.
I want to see it to happen.
I want to see Tom Aspinall fight the best versus the best. You want to say Jon Jones is the greatest of all time? Put him against the current best in the heavyweight division, Tom Aspinall.
100%.
Let's say he's the best. All right, but what I feel like this is why maybe Dana White doesn't want this fight to happen. He might fear Jon Jones might lose.
Yeah, because he might retire at the same time.
Because Jon Jones said after the Stipe Miocic fight, he said this on Twitter or X now. He said he's going to retire. He's going to call it a day.
Yeah.
So I feel like Dana White just wants to set that fight up. You know, let Jon Jones win on a high note, even though he's been winning on a high note for the past God knows how many years. He wants to just, make that fairy tale ending for Jon Jones. Yeah. And I feel like he feels Aspinall has got his number if they face off.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, that's a bit harsh, that one, bro. Because, bro, honestly, Jon Jones, bro, I know he's defended a lot, like, in his career in UFC.
Yeah.
But I know Dana White is probably afraid at the same time because when Tom Aspinall, if he does versus Jon Jones, either way, if Jon Jones wins, he's going to retire and he's going to put the belt down.
Yeah.
Or if he loses, Tom Aspinall is going to become the heavyweight champion, and then he might call out Stipe.
But I just don't know what he has against him. I don't know what's all this glazing for.
Yeah,
but
it's just
put
weird.
in perspective, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades' last fight, round 1.
Yeah.
Pavlovich, the fight before Curtis Blades, round 1. And Tiberia. Round 1, bro.
He's
all
beat
elite
everyone in
fighters, bro.
Imagine Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones, right?
I think he's
round 1. He'll maul him.
I don't know round 1, but he'll beat him.
Maybe round 2.
I reckon he'll beat him. He's younger. He's more active.
Right.
Jon Jones is too busy getting caught up in legal trouble.
He's
not active, bro.
If he does beat Jon Jones, I think he'll become the best heavyweight champion. And bro, when he becomes champion, he's going to defend every single fight. I'm telling you.
Bro, he's very active.
He's a very active person. Doesn't mean from his weight. It's all about the mindset here, bro. And it's all about the game plan. When the coaches tell you what to do, you got to
go look at MMA Guru. Always raise him up on these combat talks because I love his content. Bro, he goes crazy about this topic, man. Just like every other MMA fan. They want Aspinall versus Jon Jones. Make that his last fight.
I want to see it happen. I want to see it, bro.
We're going in circles. But Dana White also has said Conor McGregor won't be fighting in 2024, bro. Brother, what are we doing? Why do we keep pushing?
What was all that hype up? Dana White saying, Conor McGregor's going to be returning, this and that. And then all you
supposed to happen in June, broke his toe. Supposed to happen in December. Apparently he's not fighting in December. So when's McGregor going to fight? When's Michael Chandler going to get his big payday, bro?
Right. Michael Chandler's waiting for his opportunity to versus Conor McGregor.
Can someone, hold on. Can someone please check up on Chandler? Brother, seriously, I'm not saying this for the podcast. Check up on his well-being. Check up on his mental health, brother.
Because Michael Chandler's
he's ran him through the mud. In terms of Conor McGregor and Dana White, in terms of this fight being on and off, on and off, on and off.
Bill.
Brother, check up on him, please.
Bill, they had controversial with each other in the Ultimate Fighter, right?
Yeah. How long ago? Oh, sorry, Bashar. I'll let you get to the point.
It's all good.
How long ago was the Ultimate Fighter?
Last year.
They're about to go to the new season. 2 seasons after. But anyways, continue.
I'm just saying, because they had the controversial between each other, bro, because Michael Chandler, bro, his team was actually winning the whole season. And Conor McGregor had nothing to do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, they had arguments between... and they're trying to make the fight happen. But then Dana White said after when Conor McGregor broke his toe, they had to put it off. And now he's saying that, he won't be coming back to 2024. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Everyone's waiting for that to happen.
I think McGregor now is 36. He'll be 37 next year. Or wait, let me say. I think
he's the age of 37 or 36. Either way,
Conor McGregor age.
It could be around.
He's just turned 30. Yeah, so he just turned 36. So if that's the case and he's fighting next year, he'll be 37 years old. Yeah, nearing 40. But he just wasted 3 years of his prime, wasted Chandler's prime. I'm not saying it's McGregor's fault because McGregor even went on Twitter saying it's happening in December. It's like he wants a date. And you know it's bad when McGregor is telling the fans, tell Dana White that I want to fight this year. That's how you know he's getting desperate. So, look, I don't know what's happening in this fight. I want to see McGregor again. I don't know if he'll ever fight again at this stage. I don't think so. But yeah, bro, it's unfortunate, bro. But look, man, Podcast Probe. We do this on every now and then on different podcasts. Today's question of the day is, should the UFC adopt WWE Style Entrances? We actually got a guest appearance, Best Sport 2.0. Shout out to Best Sport. Amazing content. Make sure you go check him out. Post memes and whatnot. You know, we collaborate a lot. So shout out to the Best Sport. We're actually going to react to what he said about this topic. So I'm just going to pull it up right now.
Should the UFC implement WWE entrances for the entrances? I think yes, but if you do this, if you walk out like Jeff Hardy and you lose, man, that's peak embarrassment. You really got to win if you're channeling some WWE stuff. I mean, Israel Adesanya walked out to The Undertaker a few years ago and he absolutely cleaned up house, so it looked really badass. And with WWE and UFC merging, I can see a lot more of that happening. But I don't know if Dana White likes the extravagant entrances. But, you know, Conor McGregor has one of the best entrances of all time. So, yes, they should implement more character work if they want to build their brand and be a bigger fighter. Because, honestly, you don't even have to be really that good of a fighter in the UFC. You just got to have a little bit of aura. Just look at Paddy Pimblett.
Bro, exactly. Look at Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah,
the aura he's got right now. Nah. Shout out Best Sport.
Shout out to him,
bro. He made some great points.
He does, yeah.
Like look, bro. Like, what is it? It could be hit or miss for a fighter, all right?
Yeah,
like
that's right.
He mentioned Adesanya. Now Adesanya did all that Undertaker entrance and whatnot. It paid off for him, man.
Yeah, and it worked out.
Bro, it worked out. And so it can work out that way, or it can go the other way where you're flashy and doing all this entrance.
What about Kobe?
And doing, like, say, a John Cena entrance or a Jeff Hardy. Bro, and then what if you get knocked out? Imagine the memes that will come after that. So it's hit or miss, bro. But, like, if you have enough aura like Paddy Pimblett, man, you don't need an entrance like that.
Exactly.
But with the merger with TKO, with WWE and UFC joining together, what do you think, Anthony? Should the UFC adopt WWE style entrances?
I don't know. That's a harsh question, bro. That's a hard question because, look, because, you know, Kobe Covington, the UFC fighter, he actually came out with the Kurt Angle theme song, and everyone started chanting.
Like WWE entrance in the way where, like, say, like a John Cena. Imagine someone walks out, does a salute, runs to the octagon. Like, should it be flashy like that? Maybe you put a bit of pyro. Like the Adesanya one. Perfect example, like Best Sport, like the Adesanya.
Yeah, like if you can do something like that, like small things, okay, but like doing like the WWE things, I don't think so. Just keep it natural.
I think they should, bro. I think they should. Apart from like your big aura, like again, like your big aura fighters like McGregor. McGregor doesn't need none of that. He's got one of the best entrances already with the Foggy Drew theme song that leads into the notorious B.I.G. The theme song there. So he's got enough aura. He doesn't need all that flashy stuff. But some fighters need it, man. You can it can build personality. Imagine a fighter on the come up has like a mad entrance, and then you know that gets clipped online, and everyone's talking about it, and then he goes on to knock someone out. That just builds someone's character.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it's nice to have that, but again, to Best Sports point, it could be a detriment to one's career.
Yeah, and it could affect as well for the fighter as well if they lose, you know. But even like, you know, for Mexican fighters, like, you know, for example, Eddie Guerrero's song, like Viva la Raza, you remember that? Yeah. That was the best theme song as well for him. If they put that actually helps them out, like for motivate, like not just motivation, but just pumping them up. Or even like Chris Benoit. Remember Chris Benoit?
We're saying you're right.
Yeah.
But the question is, like the flashy stuff, all the
Flashy and
like see how Jeff Hardy goes on the entrance
and he
stage and
goes
does
like that,
these
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Cena does these ones. Or what else? What else can you make comparisons
You
to?
can do like Triple H's one.
Or like like Triple H's one, like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
all the showboating before the
Yeah,
ring.
yeah.
So it's pretty much a showing off before you're getting in the ring.
That's
so,
right.
like, should UFC do that, or should the fighter just walk to the ring as they do now?
I don't know, bro. That's a hard thing. I reckon we should let the fans decide because honestly, that's a very hard thing.
Personally,
Personally,
I would love to see it.
would
Again,
love to
I know
see
I'm
it?
repeating myself.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
builds someone's character. It
Yeah.
really does. And even though if you get memed, bro, I mean, it's bad for your career,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like you're making a name for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But there's some UFC fans like probably agree on it. Some of them will disagree on it as well.
Yeah.
So, but I reckon we'll leave it to the fans. Let them
Yeah, let
decide.
us know in the comment
What do
section
you
down
reckon?
below. Should the UFC adopt WWE style entrances? And other than that, Anthony, that's a wrap up for Combat Talk for this week. Guys, you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. I started there.